Usually, I like to give in silence. I feel being kind and giving to those in need should be done anonymously and not making a YouTube video about it for views. But since today is moving day, it's my last day in Seattle, and this is a huge reason of why we're leaving in the first place, I'd like to tell you the story of the night I was attacked by a homeless man just for trying to give him a jacket. Let's go. Out of the train station, please. Since we've been planning to move, we've been finding a lot of things that we are looking to get rid of. So we decided to give some of them to our houseless neighbors. I had this super warm pair of reflective jackets from work that I thought would come in handy for the cold and rainy nights that Seattle's famous for. So one night after work, about midnight, I drove to 3rd Ave in Seattle, which is notorious for having a high homeless population. I swear I didn't know that was there, but that's a sign if I ever seen one. So after searching for a little bit for someone that I thought, perhaps I was walking up a hill, I'm out of breath. So I was searching for the right person that needed this jacket. I found this gentleman with short sleeves on and he looked cold, so I decided to park the car. I ended up on this corner, Cherry Street and 3rd Avenue. Obviously, I don't plan on telling this story down there, so I came up a block and we'll continue. Most of the time, I don't get out of the car for safety reasons, as you can expect. But this time, for some reason, I did. I walked up to the man like, "Hey sir, it's cold out tonight. I have this jacket and I'd like to give it to you." As soon as I finished that sentence, I got the vibe. You know, the one that tells you that this is a bad situation and you should get out of there. You see, I think so many homeless people in Seattle have been treated so poorly by the police, tourists, and people trying to take advantage of them that they're naturally defensive. This guy looks me dead in the eye, screams and shoves me back into the street. I recover, he pursues and tries to hit me with the... At this point, he has the jacket, we're in the street making a scene. He's trying to fight. I remember being so afraid to engage because in a lot of my previously amazing experiences doing this with the homeless here, a lot of them have told me that they keep weapons for protection, which they should because these streets are rough. Also, it was like 12:30 at this point and my wife did not know that I was down there. I ended up getting back to my car and drove away pretty expeditiously. And I just remember thinking, what could I have done to make that situation better before it went bad? And I still don't know. Maybe that guy just had some really bad experiences with people. I don't know, leave a comment of what I could have done better if you have any suggestions. Besides, don't go down there. I wanted to come back to the scene to tell this story. I think it's important that you see the environment that it took place in. The homeless, the crime, needles on the road. This city has gone downhill so fast and something needs to be done about it. I wanted to say we're passing a lot of the places I have really good memories here in Seattle today. This is where I ranted about COVID when Henry was about to be born. I wasn't let in the hospital. Not necessarily a good memory, but structural for me. This was the view I had from the postpartum room when we had Henry. I remember this view. I remember how lucky I was and how happy I was in that moment. I remember my obsession with the Space Needle and the waterfront here in Seattle. It's so picturesque from the sky. And finally, I'm reminded of the time me and Jessica came to Seattle for the first time back in 2017, and that's kind of where it all started. We came to the university where I am now. I got to see the cherry blossoms, which is pretty lucky before we left. You know, now it's time to get back to the airport. Now we're going to the airport, fly to Charleston. But first, a good dinner before our overnight to Atlanta. Cheers. Good morning from Atlanta. Even though that was the worst night's sleep on a plane I've ever had, I'm feeling good. We're excited because we have one more flight until we make it to Charleston. Also, This is the carrot. My sister and I found this like 10 years ago, and we come here every time we go to Atlanta. We made it to Charleston. The weather's beautiful.
Paradise on Earth.